The late, great Mac Miller, his estate has released his second posthumous album, Balloonerism. This is his first posthumous project since 2020's Circles, which came out exactly 5 years ago to the release of this record. And look, when it comes to posthumous records, personally, I'm not the biggest fan, but I do think Mac Miller's estate has handled his legacy better than many artists. Circles is, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best posthumous album ever released. And again, truly honored his legacy. I've been a big Mac fan for a long time. I literally saw the guy grow from his early mixtape era to what he would go on to do with swimming. So yeah, I've been a big Mac fan for a really long time. And from my understanding, Balloonerism is actually kind of like this lost album that has been floating around there for years. Apparently, it was a project that Mac was supposed to release during the time of Faces. That's kind of the era it was recorded in. He even commissioned this artwork, which was literally commissioned by him, to be made, but it never saw the light of day. Apparently, there were talks from him prior to his death about releasing it in full, and now it's here. I personally have not heard any tracks from it, so this is gonna be my first time hearing it. I know a lot of Mac fans have heard a lot of the project already. I don't know if this full finished version is identical to the one that was leaked. I'm hoping, you know, it's smoothed over a bit, you know, mixing better, all that stuff just sounds finished. That's all I'm really hoping for, is just a project that sounds finished and just honors Mac's legacy. And I don't really have any doubt that his family and estate would put this out if that weren't the case. So I'm excited to listen to it for this first time. Without further ado, let's get into it. Mac Miller, Balloonerism, track 1, Tambourine Dream. It's a 30-second intro, which I'm assuming will be him on the tambourine. Okay, little tambourine intro. See if that is a good transition. Okay. Track 2 is DJs Chord Organ featuring SZA, which is interesting. SZA's vocally does not sound anything like she did 10 years ago. So I'm interested if she maybe re-recorded the vocals or it's just, you know, what it was back then. But, you know, should be interesting regardless. There's the organ.
B-flat.
Who is that? It's a long one, too. 5 minutes. Not long, but solid length. SZA background vocals. Dang, I mean, SZA's voice does sound different a little bit, but still gorgeous. Is that... Am I tripping, or are those Thundercat vocals? I haven't heard Mac yet.
Smell like your car, smell like you've been driving for days.
That is early SZA right there. Interesting. I mean, Mac hasn't really been. I know Mac produced the track. He has all production credits on it. Produced by Larry Fisherman, it says, which is his alias. But vocally, he hasn't been on the track. I've just heard SZA and Thundercat. Certainly not a bad track. I thought it really had this atmospheric vibe to it. I thought SZA and Thundercat's vocals were gorgeous. And SZA's verse there was kind of cool. You know, the weird organs were nice. Oh, there's Mac. There's Mac. Oh, all 3 of them vocalizing there. Interesting track. It didn't really have much Mac on it other than the back end where he's kind of doing the whoa vocals. It did feel like a song that was more of a rough idea, if anything, where, you know, SZA was sounding great vocally, and Thundercat too. And they had a cool instrumental, very vibey, very atmospheric. I love the vibe of the song. I want to re-listen to it and see if, you know, I'll have different thoughts. But I mean, I do like the vibe of it, but it did feel like a rough draft almost, where they were just kind of in the studio working on things, and that's kind of what we got. But yeah, SZA sounding great, Thundercat sounding great, and I did like production quite a bit. Thought it was very pretty, and Mac on the back end doing the whoa sound pretty good. Like, his voice sounded solid. All right, track 3. Do you have a destination? And we'll see. Maybe that will be the theme of this record. Maybe it will be more of Mac taking like a back seat. I mean, the single $5 Pony Rise definitely did not give that interpretation, so I don't know.
Okay, I went sleep, faded, and I woke up invisible. Keep the ingredients, and I'ma come back an eagle. Thirsty for evil, the wine showed in hell. I gave my life to this shit, already killed myself.
Damn.
We ain't the same, homie. The world afraid of change, but it changed.
I mean, you can definitely tell this was during the Faces era. This sounded like it could have placed nicely on the Faces. Whoa. I love that background vocal. Ooh. Super psychedelic.
My bitch have a nightmare, wake up, make me some cereal. She knows I love my cereal. The sun come up, look at her face, said, oh my God, here we go.
Keyboard.
Trying to find heaven, I get high, but never come close.
I mean, this is a heavy one, man.
Wonder why we'll never learn to love.
Lyrically.
Fall back around, I'ma fuck around and let this virus off. In the mud, fuck your brainwash, I'm signing off.
Distortion in his vocals? Dude. Wow, that was fantastic. That felt like a song from the Faces era. Obviously, this was recording during Faces, but it had a bit more of like a psychedelic edge to it that I really enjoyed. The little guitars throughout, the pianos were pretty, the distortion on the back end was sick. I mean, lyrically, it talked about a lot of the stuff that Mac talked about on Faces, depression, stuff like that. So I do think it was recording during the Faces time. We'll get a lot of tracks lyrically that are around, obviously, that same headspace Mac was in during that time. But yeah, that was great. I thought that track was great. All right, track 4 is $5 Pony Rides, which was the single. I thought this was fantastic. I believe Thundercat is on the bass line of this one. It seems like Thundercat was super involved with this project. Funky. Mac's voice sounds fantastic, too. Yeah, love the drums on this one, man. It sounds so clean. Mac and Thundercat were such a great duo, man. And honestly, this one sounds a lot more upbeat and happier. Oh, this part.
Can I give you what you need? Can I give you what you want? Can I give you what you need?
Going wild with the voice there. Just stops. Ready? Right back into it. Ooh. So funky, so smooth. Love Mac's vocals on this track as well. Solid songwriting as well. Just a great track overall. It's really interesting. This song never saw the light of day while he was alive. All right, yeah, love $5 Pony Clubs as a single. Just such a funky track. I love what Mac was doing on the vocals. Thundercat on the bass line, just killing it. Just fun, funky vibe. All right, track 5, Friendly Hallucinations. Oh, going back, right back into that funk.
Still wide awake, I'm a stranger to the daytime.
Ooh, what is that?
Higher than a hang glider. Look around and all I see is gray skies. There's help inside that medicine cabinet.
Ooh.
For the answers, there's help inside that medicine cabinet.
Ooh. Oh, that's synth. Is that SZA again? SZA again.
So what's it feel like?
She's not on the credits.
You can't hold it in your arms, but it can touch you. Feel its texture pressing up against your chest. You say I love you, you don't hear it back. Falling victim to a world that's filled with satire. Mark Twain been a bad liar. Had a plan to burn her past, but it backfired. Hold on and be sure the land you put your knees on, it won't be long till your path finds you.
Damn.
She doesn't have the patience to be treated like a patient. It'll be okay if she just swallow this bitch.
Damn, this is great too so far. Loving Mac's chorus too. Like obviously Mac was never like the best vocalist, but he had a lot of passion in his vocals, especially during this era. I like his vocals here a lot too. And that's synth. That's SZA. That's SZA. Damn. It feels like Faces, obviously, but if it was just like on psychedelics, that's what it's sounding like right now. That's a good line. There's paradise waiting on the other side of the dock. Drums, dude. Like, super well produced so far. This one has Thundercat credits as well as Taylor Graves. I loved that one. That was great too, man. Again, it felt like the Faces era, but if it was more psychedelic. Another funky track. Obviously, Thundercat in the production, is going to bring that. But I loved Mac's hook. I thought his hook was gorgeous. I thought his rapping was slick. Yeah, I thought that was a great one. And SZA, and that was a nice surprise in the background vocals. She sounded fantastic. Really complimented Mac well. Track 6, Miss Deborah Downer. Not Debbie Downer, Deborah Downer.
I just thought that this feeling would last longer. Yeah.
Is that SZA again? God, I knew she was involved on this project. I didn't know she was like on it this much. Not complaining though, man.
Started smoking weed again. Started trying to read again. Clean myself up. Now would you be my friend? Do I need it? What's the difference between the truth and things that we pretend?
Oh damn, that was a It's a thought-provoking verse. Man. I feel like that one was one of the more low-key ones production-wise, but you can really hear Thundercat's contributions to this thing so far with how funky it's just been. I feel like that one had some of the more low-key production, but it was super lush. I feel like that was the most druggy kind of psychedelic one so far. I did really like it though, man. It definitely seems like in this project, so far at least, he's doing a lot more singing than he was during that era. Like, obviously Faces was the first one where he was like really singing a lot, but it's just interesting that listening to this, it should have been so obvious that he would end up doing stuff like swimming, circles. Yeah, I liked that one too, man. This is it's off to a really promising start, and one thing I like the most so far is just like these tracks all feel like they were complete. All right, track 7, Stoned. Ooh. Ooh, that guitar.
Baby, let's get stoned.
Whoa. I'm liking all the texture to this track, production-wise. The knocking and all that.
We can get stoned.
That guitar lick.
Swear to God, heaven feels just like home.
Damn. Yeah, it's one of those bars that obviously just hit a little bit more in the feels after his passing.
She hardly talks in conversation.
Damn, that little sample that's like put in there.
Let's go home. Baby, let's get stoned.
It's like a psychedelic rock track, literally.
We can get stoned.
Why do his high notes low-key kind of sound good? He's kind of hitting those high notes. The production on that track, man, like the guitar obviously, but like there was a little sample weaved in there too. I love the way Mac's background vocals were mixed. He vocally, again, sounded really good. And he's not the best singer, obviously, but he conveys a lot because, you know, he's trying, you know, and there's passion there. And I found the songwriting on that song to be pretty interesting as well, talking about some girl. Sounded really pretty. Track 8, man. Shangri-La.
Flow is hostile, but don't sleep. The codeine came back to get me high again. Just how super is a supermodel.
Who's that?
Just how super is a supermodel.
Those are someone else's vocals.
If I'm dying young, promise you smile at my funeral. Yeah, it's just a rule to follow.
Oh, a little vapor wavy. Whoa.
Yeah, she kill herself, but she rather get married. There's coconut vodka, but she rather have cherry. I wish my drug dealer took the Air Max. Can't find my debit
Shit.
card.
Oh, lyrically, this one. Oh, fuck. It's hard to listen to. This one is super eerie lyrically. Probably the most so far. Yeah, I mean, the rapping was slick. Not sure if it was like instrumentally my favorite so far, but man, like it definitely felt, that one felt the most Faces, I think, so far. I think that one felt the most Faces. So I can maybe understand why he might have that might have been like a Faces leftover, maybe. I don't know, but still, like, there's a lot of aspects of it I liked. So, some really trippy vibes too, and like again, lyrically, kind of hard to stomach and listen to. Track 9, Funny Papers.
What your eyes see, too naive for war, and that'll screw you. Still bet it all on the glory, hallelujah. I heard way before the information gets settled in. I swear to God I never want to sin again, but I fear that, yeah, the mind go with age, don't surrender. If I mistake, I bet I'll be rich by April Fool's Day. The moon's wide awake with a smile on his face as he's smuggling constellations in a suitcase.
Thundercat on the bass, dude. Lyrically, this has been like the most standout to me. I love the songwriting on this so far. Those pianos, dude, those piano chords, oh my goodness. This is the prettiest one so far. Like, and his vocals too are gorgeous. But those piano chords, man. Accompanied by that Thundercat bass line too. Dude, those chords, oh my goodness, they're pretty. That might have been my favorite so far. That was fucking beautiful. The piano chords, dude. Wow. That was gorgeous. That track was beautiful, man. The piano chords were hauntingly pretty. Thundercat's bass line, along with that, sounded so good. And I think songwriting wise, that has been the most standout so far, especially like that first verse where he's talking about like reading about the death of somebody. Like, I don't know. And he got more personal too on that third verse. Really interesting songwriting, gorgeous production. His vocals, again, beautiful. Track 10, Excelsior. I just heard a bass line again. Is that Thundercat? This is really feels okay. No, Thundercat's not listed, but this really feels like almost a Thundercat collab record in a lot of ways. One of the shorter tracks on the record here.
Yeah.
Kids playing on the playground.
All of this before the brainwash starts. Before they get polluted, start thinking like adults. Life is fantasy for the world, tear apart imagination. Before that, your only enemies were
Brussels sprouts and spinach.
me. I used to want to be a wizard.
Whoa.
Whatever happened to apple juice and cartwheels?
That vocal that just kind of went there in the back. Some plucky strings came from. There's a little string section. Short, but I really liked the writing on that. Really like how he was talking about reminiscing reminiscing on like being a kid and how life was a lot simpler when you were younger. Just like on the playground, the kids in the background was a nice touch too. Only worries being spinach and broccoli and just kind of growing up and seeing like how your worldview changes. I just thought that was like a really, really cool writing topic. I do kind of wish maybe he got more into it. It was a little bit longer, but I thought it was an interesting track and felt more like a cool little interlude detour. Track 11 is Transformations featuring Delusional Thomas, which is obviously his alias, where he's like does like a little deeper register thing on his vocals. So yeah.
Hip hop was dealing with someone that A knows his hip hop.
He knows his hip hop. He's a student of the game, and he treats his bars like a good cousin.
Is that Delusional Thomas right there?
It's like a bad fart.
All she do is linger.
What? Oh, let me try that again. Okay, hey guys.
Right.
Your bitch like a bad fart.
All she do is linger.
Pitches like a bad fart. All she does is linger.
I should have been Kurt Schilling. Would have had us rappers some bumblebees pulling out stingers. Yeah.
The instrumentation on this one is kind of wild. Yeah, I'm loving how well produced this album is. It is super trippy. It's very trippy. Honestly, I wasn't, this might be my least favorite so far. I was not as crazy about it. I will say, like, I've never been like the biggest fan of his Delusional Thomas stuff, so that's probably why. But I did think like the instrumental was super like dark, trippy, and kind of complemented the vibe of it a lot better. But I've never been like big on Delusional Thomas. I'll say that. So yeah, I think it is a cool moment to have that alter ego on the project though. Track 12, Mannequins. Whoa. This is a harp? What is this? Sounds we're going to like the theater.
But why is heroism so close to heroin?
Another just one that it hits differently, man. The production on this one is so weird. In a good way. The harp. Oh man, like, that's just so eerie in retrospect, man. That's the line he ends on, like, man. It's that line he ends the song on. Sheesh, man. I really like the track though. The instrumentation had a really weird like theatrical theater vibe to it. The harp, super like classical in a way. More singing too. Thought the writing was pretty interesting again. Definitely want to read more into that lyrically. It definitely sounded like he had some interesting things to say on that one. Again, like the sound of the track. Again, talking a lot about death lyrically, which again, the Faces era, he did talk a lot about that. So yeah, just it's very eerie and spooky, much like, you know, Circles lyrically was. Man, second to last track here, Rick's Piano.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Rick Ruben.
Rick Ruben?
Rick Ruben, who?
Rick Ruben's piano.
That's so stupid.
All of y'all are still bitches, but a smile just in place of your makeup. The best
That's
is
mean.
yet to come. Yeah.
It's kind of mean.
Please don't give me any credit, that's how people get jaded. Please don't, as people start to get worse once they think they the greatest.
Whoa.
That baby.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah. And I wonder, is there a heaven? Can you see the God in me? I don't know, probably, cause
The best is yet to come.
yeah.
Come. Oh, I love that. I love that. Man. Oh. Another one where the piano chords are tear-jerking. Man, that is maybe the heaviest so far. That Death, what does Death feel like? Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I loved it, but fuck, damn. But the outro too, man. I don't even know what to say about that track, man. Like, God. And the beginning verse too hit me so hard, where he's talking about like wanting to stay humble. I don't know. Yeah, that's just really heavy lyrically, man. Track 14. The final track on the record, Tomorrow We'll Never Know. It is almost 12 minutes long. Just say this has been a really, really good record so far. It's kind of crazy how this never actually came out, because it sounds so finished. It's really good too. I don't know. Let's see how it sounds.
See, living and dying are one and the same.
Man, this second half of this record has topically been very dark. The children playing in the background is so spooky, man. And that too sounds like a dark one.
The streets that you walk on are shallow. What do you feel as big as your shadow?
Phew. I really like that verse there, writing wise. The feel of the song is just so. It's dark, it's depressing, but it's also like otherworldly. Very ghostly, yeah. And that like vocal that goes doo doo. Like, still 5 minutes left of this track. I wonder where else it's gonna go. What was that? Mac all on the production too. I mean, I guess the last part of this is just, you know, 4 or 5 minute instrumental. Oh, everything's getting louder now. The kids' voices are getting louder. Cool noises are getting louder. A little cool. Yeah, that is haunting. Someone pick up the phone. Oh. Damn, that phone just continuously ringing. Got a little ambient here at the end. Okay, I mean, interesting. I mean, the first half of it, again, one where he's talking about death lyrically, so that's heavy. Vocally haunting. I mean, this whole track was haunting as hell. It was a haunting closer with the little, like, doot doots with the kids in the background. I mean, it was again eerie. Again, like the last 5 or 6 minutes have just been kind of this ambient thing, constantly ringing. A Mac not there to pick it up. Okay. I mean, fucking haunting closer. That's it. Mac Miller, Balloonerism. I thought this was really freaking good. Like, really freaking good. I'm really happy that Mac's estate decided to put this out, because I do think it honors his legacy yet again. It felt like it came out of the Faces era for sure, but if it was way more psychedelic and a lot more singing as well, a little bit of folk elements in there as well, a little even more rocky elements too. Topically, I think it covers a lot of similar topics to Faces did, like death, and depression, which post his death obviously makes it a lot more harder to swallow, and makes it hit a lot harder. Another thing I'll say is, like, even though this is a project that came out or that was made 10 years ago, it feels very much not like it. Like, it sounds like it has not aged. It sounds like it came out now and it still would have been great. Big shout out to Thundercat for his contributions to this record. I thought his production lended a lot to what Mac was doing. SZA, throughout the few tracks she was on, I thought sounded great. The whole thing just sounded complete. Like, it sounded like a fully fleshed out, done record. It's kind of wild that he scrapped this and that this never actually came out. I don't know if he, obviously, again, like, there was plans that he apparently before his death that he might have thought about releasing it, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy that this never came out, because not only is it, I think, really freaking good, it just sounds so complete. Yeah, I mean, the lyrics are heavy, the production is pretty, but also really haunting. I think Mac's writing, like songwriting, like you can really tell, even though this is 10 years ago, like from this type of project, he was headed towards that direction of making stuff that was in swimming as well as circles. But just shout out to the Mac Miller family and the Mac Miller estate for making sure whatever was released post to his death was worth putting out and really honors him. So yeah, I thought this was really good, and I can't wait to go back to this. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.